As senator judges, it is your obligation na dapat present ka sa mga proceedings. Hindi naman sakop ng trabaho ng Office of the Ombudsman na magpa-disqualify sa 2028. I-identify na natin lahat ng Manchurian candidates. Tigil-tigilan na natin yung kalokohan natin. Okay. Grabe, bumibitaw yung internet ko. Kanina pa. Dalawa na to ha. Dalawang internet provider na to. PLDT tsaka Converge. Sabay pa silang bumibitaw. Nakakairita. Ay goodness. Ay. Nakakainis. Anyway, mga kababayan. Oo. Anyway. Mga kababayan, good morning, good afternoon, good evening po sa inyong lahat. Please don't forget to subscribe. Ito po si Coach Jarrett sa Coach Jarrett Live. At wag niyo kakalimutan na mag-subscribe dito sa saan ba to? Sa ating YouTube channel, Coach Jarrett Live. At meron din po tayong Facebook page, Pinasabat Newsroom. And of course, ang atin pong Facebook group, Tambayan ng mga Kotseros. At saka mga babayan, napakalaking tulong po kapag i-share nyo po yung ating mga video na ina-upload, yung atin po mga live stream. Yan, paki-share po mga babayan dahil galit po sa atin, nagtatampo sa atin si algorithm ngayon. Hindi ko alam bakit. Masama loob sa atin ang algorithm, guys. Ayaw sa atin today. Oo. Nag-Starlink na ako, Alan Gonzalez Nag-Starlink na ako before. Pero ang problema ko sa Starlink kasi, masyado akong malapit sa city. Dahil masyado akong malapit sa city, hindi siya practical para sa akin, lalo na merong fiber naman, 'di ba? So, at nagtaas pa ng presyo si Starlink, parang 4 or 5, parang 6,000 pesos na yata siya per month. So, itong dalawang linya ko ng internet, magkano lang sa akin to? Mga 3,000 a month. A little over 3,000 a month. So hindi na siya practical sa akin. Siguro kung nakatira ako sa bundok, practical siya sa akin. Wala talagang internet at wala akong choice kundi mag-Starlink. Magsa-Starlink ako. Pero kung ganito, na masyado malapit sa city, at meron namang iba. So, yun. So, yun. Correct. Ito nga, practical si Starlink sa magugubat talaga. Sa mga bundok-bundok nga. Pero hindi ko pa rin kinakancel yung subscription ko. Naka-hold. Naka-pause lang siya. Kasi natatakot ako, baka kapag kinancel ko, ibigay sa iba yung slot ko . So, pero mas mura yon. Parang magkano lang binabayaran ko per month? 600? 620? Parang ganun. But anyway, tingnan natin. Sana hindi bumitaw ang internet ngayon dyan. Shoutout muna tayo, guys. Bago tayo magpatuloy, masyadong stressful tong araw na to. Ang daming nag-message sa akin ng mga kaibigan ko . yung mga kaibigan ko na vlogger, sabi sa akin, coach, binitawan na si Martin. Ano na? mamaya ako magsasalita tungkol dyan. Mamaya, guys. Kalmahan lang nila. Mga kaibigan natin yun. Minsan lang talaga nagkakaiba kami ng politika, pero okay lang yun. Iba naman ang politika sa pagkakaibigan, guys. Kaya, namin yun, tansyado na namin yan. Asa na ba siya shoutout ko? Wait, shoutout muna tayo, guys. Shoutout, slow mode. Okay, naka-slow mode na pala. Pakilala ko muna ulit ang mga moderators natin, mga babayan. Sila ang bahala sa mga pasaway for tonight's video. Si Ate Trexie, Ate Susan, Ate Lisa C, James, Manat May, Arnel, Jack, 15 Million Movement, BJ Cans, Pinoys, Anim Legion, Kina, PS Director, Ate BJ Cruz, Ate Nina Calves, Ate Nila Arceo, Kuya Nasuguntan, Sir Pascachi, Shiro Kansaki, at kay The Greater One. Ayan. Okay. Of course, syempre, yung ating mga makukulit at pasaway at nakakatuwa na mga viewers. Sila Abe Gono, Evelyn Ulita, Ke Umali, Maui Harami. Oh, Maui! Maui daw, Maui! Maui daw, Maui Jaramillo, Eagle of the North, Macro Excel, Roderick Fajardo, Maria Corazon Monar, Pepe Malonzo, Edita Bonifacio, Emmanuel Espinosa, Jean o Jean? Jean Mirafuente siguro. The Fonts, Jackie Duque, Raquel Santillan, Annalyn PW Discarte TV, June Andaher, Lovers Moon, Soulscape, Max Drive, ROG, Will Manebre, Loretta Adawag Antonio, Lelang Mo the Explorer, Silver Fire, Marvin Pega, Peachy Greeny, Joyce Racho, Berto, Bonita Nina, Josefa Oliva Lopez, May Kadam, Ken Lizares, Ruben Esperanza, at si Rina Rilia. Okay. Napahiya na naman si Eden. Parang gusto ko panoorin yun Oo. Parang gusto ko panoorin yun, napahiya na naman si Eden Santos. Oo. Actually, kaya gagawin, itatopic ko sana yun si Sandro kanina. Kaso, topic ba natin? Oo. Itopic ba natin? Hindi ko pa kasi napapanood eh. Parang haba ng interview, 18 minutes. Pwede siguro. Ewan ko, kayo, palagay nyo. Topic natin sandali. Tapos ihihiwalay ko na lang. Ihiwalay ko na lang, ano? Sige. Wag na po, sabi ni Ruben Esperanza. Hindi ko rin napanood kasi to eh. Oo. Baka pwede natin pagtripan si Eden. If fast forward ko na lang. I mean, bibilisan ko na lang yung audio para hindi masyadong matagal. Kasi meron pa tayong dalawang topic, guys. Huwag nyo kalimutan niya. May dalawa pa tayo. So, para masaya. Sige. Kina, hatiin mo na lang to, ha? Pakihati na lang to live stream na to. I-upload na lang yung kay, pangalan to, yung kay Eden Santos ng Hiwalay. Sabi ni Silverfire, ano yan? Ayan, masunurin sa'yo si MR coach, sinunod yung payo mo. Oo nga eh. Nagulat ka ako. Wait lang, mamaya natin topic yan. Mamaya natin topic yan si MR. Mamaya natin topic yan. Oo. Nagulat din ako eh. Hindi ko in-expect maglalabas siya ng statement eh. Oo. Okay, game. Game, tara, nakita ko na. Ito ba yon sa Young Guns 11 hours ago? Tagal Ito ba yon? Wait, Young Guns TV. Okay, wait lang. Lagyan na natin. Okay, wait. Yan. Okay. Ito ba yon? Nakita ko rin to kanina, pero hindi ko pa siya napapanood. Oo. Ano ba naman kasi sinabi na naman dito ni Eden Santos? My goodness. Game.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Is everyone okay? Good to see all of you again after the break. As you know, we just convened session to set everything in place for this afternoon. Thankfully, smooth sailing naman. No unexpected bumps. And so yeah, we are ready to hear the message of the President this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Any questions?
It
It will be an hour and a half long. And as far as what the contents of the speech are, alam niyo naman ayoko unahan ng Pangulo. So I will leave it to him to deliver his message. Ayoko naman magbigay ng spoilers and whatnot. But it's an hour and a half long, roughly. Alam niyo naman every year pareho na yung oras ng speech ni Pangulo. He tries to keep it under an hour and a half dahil sinasabi niya na if it ever goes over that, hindi na nakikinig yung tao. So yeah, that's the as far as the details, that's as much as I can give. But I'm sure there will be lots to be spoken about.
Have you been mentioning the flood control issue again?
Alam mo naman, ma'am, like I said, hintayin na lang natin.
Okay.
Sir, kanina pa kasi may tanong about pasabog, but this is literal pasabog because the DOJ says there was an explosion at the DOJ early today, like past midnight, and it was caused by an IED round. And then another IED was found along Jokno near Senate this morning.
Wow.
Do you think those incidents are connected to the are these also connected to the SONA?
This is news to me. I didn't know that. Saan? Sa DOJ and sa Senado?
DOJ and then along Jokno near the Senate. But yung sa Jokno, sir, it was an IED device. They just found it.
That wasn't activated. It didn't go off.
Pero
sa DOJ daw.
Well, wow.
Grabe yun, oh. Grabe yun, oh. I mean, para sa SONA talaga, no? Parang, hindi ko alam kung nananakot lang ba sila or seryoso silang may gustong gawing masama. Pero ang chismis daw, may mga retired... Ito yung chismis na narinig ko tungkol dyan. Dyan sa pasabog na yan. Yung improvised explosive device. Ang balita ko dyan, yan daw, allegedly, ay galing sa grupo ng mga retired military. Allegedly. Wala akong papangalanan. Hindi pa naman ako... Hindi pa ako sigurado. Oo. Pero, yun ang chismis na nakita ko dyan. Yun narinig ko pala. Actually, nakita kasi tinext sa akin. Minessage sa akin. Yun yung narinig ko. Oo, nakita at nabasa. Yun daw yung mga retired military ang nagplano at nagpasabog. Oo. Hindi ko alam na yung sa DOJ sumabog. Talaga. Hindi ko alam yon. Pero yung sa Senate, ang alam ko hindi yun hindi yun pumutok. Hindi yun sumabog pala. Oo. So, hindi ko alam kung INC sila, hindi ko alam. Pero ang chismis na narinig ko, Sara Army sila, Sara Army. Anyway, tuloy natin.
Wow. Let me verify those reports first. This is news to me. It's the first I've heard of it. I have complete trust in the necessary authorities to, number one, find the perpetrators who did this. Number two, find out what the motive is. Whether it's tied to the SONA or not, it's very hard to believe in coincidences, right? Lalo na with the political climate we are living through in this day and age. I think it's incumbent upon us to be extra wary with things like this happening. I think I'm going to ask the PSG to do one more sweep of Congress after that news.
Kayo po ang tatanungin scale of 1 to 10 kung gaano po bibigay natin.
Sir, alam mo, yung mga ganung klaseng tanong, bilang anak, mahirap naman sasabihin ko anything less than 10, di ba? But again, I come from a very biased standpoint with regards to given the fact that the president is my father. So, pabayaan na lang natin ang mga iba na bigay ng grade ang ating Pangulo. Because of course, I'm here to support.
Sir, only 1 out of 52 pet bills of the administration was enacted in the past year. Where do you attribute to this number, sir?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. With regards to the role of the House, 26 of the 52 were passed in the first regular session. We plan to, or actually ahead of schedule, so we will hope to continue the momentum that we started in the first regular session on to the second regular session. And I am sure that over the coming months and by the end of this legislative calendar, we will continue to pass the LEDAC priorities of the administration.
Sir, do you think this new number can be attributed to the disarray in the Senate in the past months?
That's definitely, I would have to say that's definitely a factor. The more, how do I say this? The more political gulo that there is, the less time there is to work. I mean, everyone knows that, diba? So, but it's good that the Senate has now, organized everything, and I'm sure under the leadership of SP Gatchalian, the legislative mill will continue or will go back to functioning as efficiently as possible. Kilala ko naman si SP, matinong tao yan. And I'm sure he will get the Senate up and working as quickly as possible.
But you've been a majority leader for more than a year now. How's your morale? Are you satisfied with that?
It's been a year. Wow, it's felt like longer. Ang daming nangyari. In any case, when I took this job, I told everyone here in the media, sinabi ko sa ating mga kababayan, the measure of performance of any majority leader is the legislative output of the House that it is elected in, of the House, whether it be the upper chamber or the lower chamber. But their performance is measured by the legislative output. Kung gaanong karaming batas pinasa ng Kongreso, lalo na ang LEDAC na tinatawag. And I think the fact that we're ahead of schedule would say that I'm satisfied with what's been happening in the lower house as of late and with the legislative performance. I think it speaks volumes that despite the political noise that we've been experiencing in the last few months, if not longer, Congress has still been able to exercise its functions as a legislative body at magdala po ng batas na makakatulong po sa taong bayan.
Sir, do you think the administration has done enough to go after actors in the flood control corruption scandal? Last year, it was the center of the president's speech.
I think that's something that the executive should answer. I don't think I'm best placed to do that. I think that's a good question for the executive.
Smart. Smart answer. Smart answer. Tama naman siya doon. It's the for the legislative to answer. For the executive to answer. Kung merong mga related sa flood control. Lalo-lalo na mga babayan, ang mga karamihan ng mga involved are those who are in Congress and in Senate. So, mas maganda yon, para at least walang conflict of interest, di ba?
Hindi ba tayo makabagong decisions na gawin?
Well, as you know, the budget is the single and most important piece of legislation for both the House and the Senate. And you're right, na we are expecting the NEP to be turned over sometime next month. Hopefully, not too late. But hopefully the NEP turnover will be sometime in August. And then we can
next week
proceed
yan.
with the budget briefings. With
Sure
regards
yan, next
to
week.
the changes that you spoke about, I think marami namang ginawang APRO para manigurado that the budget process is much more transparent. The BARC, making sure that different civic groups are involved in the shaping and the analysis of the budget. So I think we will continue doing all the reforms that were already implemented last year.
But sure na makaka-apekto yung impeachment trial sa budget deliberations.
Wala naman yung impeachment sa lower house. So we'll continue doing our job. So to answer your question, no, I don't think it will affect. At least I can only speak on behalf of the lower house. It will not affect what we have to do and what we
Sir,
see.
yung press lang, sir, yung press lang audience, their parents, and your uncle, they were extensively discussed for last 2 weeks. How do you feel about it? Do you feel less affected now compared to before?
You know what? I don't want to take away from the significance of today. We are here to listen to the State of the Nation address. I think there is a proper time and venue to address such matters. I don't think today is that venue. So let's just leave it at that muna.
Okay. Medyo with the budget process, yung mga initiatives and other programs po ng Congress, po meron tayong bagong Kongreso. How do you think, nasa na po tayo doon sa pag-restore ng public trust sa institution?
Well, if you look at the numbers of Congress, medyo umangat ng konti. So I believe that we're on the right track. But of course, it's never enough, nor should it ever be enough. So we should continue striving for excellence. We should continue striving to restore dignity to the institution and make sure that the trust of the Filipino people is there.
Medyo you're pushing...
Walang katapusan yan. It's ever
Wala talaga
ever evolving
katapusan
and
yan.
always continuing.
Sir, can
Would it be good kung hindi na po mababanggit yung impeachment sa SONA po?
I'm sorry, say that.
Would it be good kung hindi na po mababanggit yung issue po ng impeachment sa SONA?
Why would it be good? I don't understand. I'm sorry. You asked, ano?
Baka mas makakabuti po ba kung hindi na mababanggit yung issue ng impeachment sa SONA?
Again, I don't want to suggest what the contents of the speech are. But I think it's the prerogative of the president as to whether or not to mention the impeachment.
Kasi sa past Asia survey po, least concern po yung impeachment ng publiko. Ang number 11 na tumago siya. Gusto ko marinig sa SONA. Ang
Okay.
main concern po is yung inflation, yung trabaho, yung...
Yes, yeah, I saw the same survey. Yeah.
So, it's possible na mabanggit ang issue po ng impeachment sa SONA.
Again, ayoko unahan ng ating Pangulo.
Alam nyo, kung ako tatanungin, mga kababayan, sana nabanggit niya yung impeachment. Kasi, I think, total naman, di ba, nagsalita na siya tungkol kay former Speaker Martin. Sana nagsalita na rin siya kay Sara. Well, I mean, he has nothing to lose. He has 2 years. He's still gonna be president after 2 years. I mean, pero ako lang naman yun. I mean, bahala siya sa diskarte niya. Pero ako personally, kahit ano lang, kahit yung parinig lang ba, kahit yung parinig lang tungkol sa impeachment, yung ganun ba? Oo, yung something na yung insignificant daw, sabi ni Gina. Anyway, yung kahit parinig lang ba na ano, na limbawa, nabanggit na niya si former Speaker Martin na pinapanagot natin ang mga dapat nating ipanagot. Ang Kongreso ngayon, pinapanagot ang dapat mapanagot sa pamamagitan ng impeachment. Mga ganun lang. Kahit mga ganung bira-birada lang. Yung mga may para lang may laman, di ba? Para exciting. But anyway, yun lang naman naisip ko lang.
You're pushing for a bill for safer use, protection of Filipino children in social media spaces with Speaker D.
Yes.
What's the rationale behind that?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory, no? You just answered your own question.
Sir,
Yeah.
Sir, kanina Speaker Bochi highlighted the passage in the House of the anti-misinformation bill, which you proposed, but some media groups have raised concerns about the possibility that it could be weaponized against people who dissent against the government. Your reactions?
Those concerns are actually very valid, and I understand that it might be misconstrued as something to do with censorship or using the bill to weaponize the media. I have always been a staunch supporter of the media. I always have been of the belief that media is there to provide to provide part of the checks and balances of government officials. So that is not my intention at all, but I can understand how that can be interpreted. I think what's important is to have necessary media participation in order for those safeguards to at least, if not there already, at least be introduced either in the Senate version or during the period of amendments. But we are not here to censor anyone.
So, ano ba yung conflict of interest? Yung Duterte Alice for pushing po na
Tagal naman ni Eden.
What's your take on that?
I think it's a battle of narratives, right? And they just want to take away from the impeachment. So no, I don't want to say namumulitika, but you know, it's just again a question of narratives.
Pero do you think dapat bang i-resume sa Congress or hindi na tapos na?
Alin po?
Yung investigation na
My stance on that from the very beginning has been the same.
Ito
The
sa
institution
impeachment.
should not investigate an issue wherein its own members are part of the accused. That's like asking a
Tama.
student to grade your own paper in an exam.
Tama,
Diba?
tama.
Kahit anong magiging resulta ng pag-iimbestiga, kung i-resume sa lower house, ang sasabihin ng tao is, sakot naman yung tao dyan. Wala kaming tiwala sa report. So let's leave the ombudsman and the necessary bodies to do that to do that themselves.
Tama yun. Actually, medyo, hindi naman pangit, pero tama yung punto doon ni Sandro. Na ang pangit kapag ang house ang mag-iimbestiga ng flood control. Pangit talaga kasi may mga kasama sila na ano eh. May mga kasama sila na involved sa flood control eh. So, sakto din yung ano niya, yung illustration niya na parang inutusan mo yung estudyante na i-check ang sarili niyang exam, di ba? So, tama lang yun. Tama yun.
Sa message to those allies, na-complete din ko, hindi nyo naman, saan natin ko rin itong pagtutusan?
Wala po akong mensahe para sa kanila.
Sir, pag meron ito context na yung Davao may binabakan.
Ano po?
Yung Davao, binabakan. Sila yung nagkataon na
No comment. Grabe ka, nag-iintriga ka ha?
Sir, please.
Ano yung tanong?
Sir, pag meron ito context na yung Davao may binabakan.
Ano po?
Yung Davao, binabakan. Sila yung nagkataon na
Davao.
No comment. Grabe ka, nag-iintriga ka ha?
Sir, please.
Over tax arrangement. Will you support any legislative push to investigate the tax?
Yes, I believe so. You know, I think there has been a lot of how do you say, speculation as to the consequences of Pax Silica. And I think those concerns are warranted.
Pax Silica.
And I welcome any legislative inquiry to the project, if not only to clarify what out there is fake news and what there is real. Kasi maraming ilalabas na fake news tungkol dyan eh. So mas maganda na maggawa na lang tayo ng inquiry to see ano ba talaga yung katotohanan. And
Alam nyo mga kababayan, yung issue na yan sa Pax Silica, yung issue na yan sa Pax Silica, kinokontra, ang pinaka masugid na kumokontra dyan, hindi yung mga komunista ng Pilipinas. Of course, kontra sila dyan. Pero hindi pa sila yung rurok, kumbaga. Hindi yung DDS, although connected din ang DDS dito. Ang pinakagigil dyan sa Pax Silica is China. China, mga kababayan. Bakit? Kasi yung materyales na ginagamit nila panggawa ng battery para sa mga EV nila na ngayon ibinebenta nila ng pangmarakihan, mga kababayan, kinukuha yan sa atin. Sa atin yan minimina. Yan ang isa sa mga binibili ng China sa Pilipinas. Philippines and Indonesia. Mga kababayan, no joke. Philippines and Indonesia, yan doon bumibili ang China ng nickel at copper. Yung raw nickel and raw copper. Sa atin binibili. Ngayon, mga kababayan, hindi na sila, ang China, apparently, recently, hindi na sila makabili sa Indonesia. Kasi sa Indonesia, ang ginagawa niya, natuto sila na sila na ang magpaprocess ng kanilang sariling nickel and copper. So, ibinebenta nila, processed na. Mas mahal. Mas mahal. Ngayon, mga kababayan, ang pag-asa na lang ni China para sa nickel and copper, although mas malaki ang, meron din sariling rare earth minerals ang China eh. Ang pag-asa na lang nila para makabili ng raw, ng ore, is Pilipinas. Kasi wala tayong paraan para mag-process. Kasi wala naman tayong industry na magpa-process. Here comes Pax Silica. Ang gagawin ng Pax Silica, mga kababayan, so, syempre, andyan yung data centers, andyan yung AI, whatever. Andyan lahat yun. Oo. Pero, mga kababayan, parte po kasi nun, and I think the majority of the business ng Pax Silica is yung processing ng nickel and copper. So, mga kababayan, dahil pinapasok natin ang Pax Silica sa Pilipinas, nanggigigil ngayon si China. Ayan nga yung WICO. Yun. Nanggigigil sila ngayon kasi magsasara na ang gripo. Matutuyo, magsasara na ang gripo sa kanila. Kailangan na nilang minahin yung sarili nilang rare earth minerals. Siyempre, ba't nila kukunin yung sa kanila? Ubusin muna nila yung sa iba para sa kanila na lang kukuha. Di ba? So, yun. And one of the reasons din, nag-aalisan din kasi sa US, yung mga US companies, naghahanap sila ng way out of China. Pero ayaw nilang umalis sa Asian market. So, kaya naglilipatan sila sa Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia. And ngayon, Philippines. Gusto nilang lumipat sa Pilipinas. Kaya yun. Yun yung issue talaga ng Pax Silica. So yung napapanood yun sa social media na mga nakakalungkot kasi mga Filipino influencers, damay sila. Pati mga Filipino influencers na nakikialam sa usapin ng ganyan, most probably sila sumasawsaw lang sa propaganda na inilalabas ng China. Probably on purpose, probably ignorantly or unknowingly, we don't know. Pero etong Pax Silica, mga babayan, ito na yung isa sa mga pag-asa natin para magkaroon tayo ng industrialized Philippines. No joke yan. No joke. At saka, kapag natuloy si Pax Silica sa Pilipinas, magkakaroon ng mabigat na dahilan ang Amerika para tulungan tayo sa mga interest natin. West Philippine Sea.
And what if there are shortcomings in the project, paano natin aayusin? Because if you look at the potential for such a project, it's huge. But it has to be done in the correct manner. Diba? So again, I welcome any legislative inquiry in the said project.
Sir, parochial concern, what are the chances of a SOGI SC bill passing the 20th Congress?
Wow, that's a good question. Let me get back on you on that. It hasn't come up. But for me, I see no problem in the passage of one.
Do you think it should be prioritized by the House of Representatives every Pride Month, the LGBTQ community pushes for it?
Well, I think constant dialogue with the LGBTQ community is necessary. I'm happy to pass it if one comes to light or if one comes to the forefront as a priority. But I think with regards to whether it is a priority or not, we would have to consult with the party leaders. These decisions are not made unilaterally. They're made through a consultative number of engagements. As I have told you guys again and again, kinakausap namin ng mga iba't ibang grupo sa House, mga iba't ibang partido. And then we come to a collective decision as to what the priority legislation should be for the coming months. So to answer your question, I will have to consult the party leaders. Same thing. I will have to consult the party leaders. Kasi sa ngayon, nakafocus tayo sa LEDAC priorities.
Sir, plan to move that na priority mo. Kasi nga, sir, well, the House passed 26, but isa pa nakita sa House. Meron bang coordination between the House and the Senate?
There's always coordination between the House and the Senate. There's always coordination between the House and the Executive with the PLLO, which is now headed by Secretary Joey Salceda. So I hope that his appointment will improve
PLLO
the already continuing dialogue that we have with all the different institutions. But with regards to the only one bill being enacted and the Senate doing this and that, I can only speak on behalf of the House. I can only speak on behalf of Congress, and I'm here to do my job on behalf of Congress and make sure that the LEDAC priorities are passed in Congress. What happens after that is up to the
Malapit
Senate.
na ba si
and the
Eden?
Executive.
Ito na ba
Bilang
yan?
majority leader, ang aking trabaho ay dito lang sa Congress.
Sir,
Okay?
how true po that some members of the prosecution panel are unhappy po doon sa lack of support ng House leadership, particularly kay Speaker Boto?
I haven't heard anything of the sort, so I'll have to verify with them and see if that's really the case. If that is true, then it's an easy fix. They will be supported more.
Can you, how will you address this as majority leader?
This is news to me. I don't know what the concerns are, so I will have to have a dialogue with them. But it's the first I've heard of it.
Sir, if I may ask lang, what is your level of involvement in helping the prosecution?
Me? Wala.
Wala talaga.
Wala. Again, I trust them. They're all brilliant. I said before, they're all brilliant in their own way, and let them do what they need to do. Nakita niyo naman si Kong Chel Jokno, galing-galing niya. Si Kong Jinky, ginagalingan niya. The extent of my involvement in that is the same as all of you. Pinapanood ko sa YouTube. That's about it.
Sir, may kinakarap daw na bagong tax measure, recalibrating the personal income tax and provide relief sa micro-enterprises.
Ano po?
May kinakarap na new tax package.
Bagong tax package with regards to?
Personal income tax and provide relief sa mga enterprises amid inflation and naka-reach ng
Saan mo yun narinig?
DOF, sir, and Kong Mirocin.
I haven't heard anything but reduction of personal income tax.
Yeah, cabinet hearing.
Well, I think given the economic climate we live in, it would be the prudent thing to do, but we have to seek the guidance and the wisdom of the DOF and the other economic managers as to whether or not that's actually economically feasible. Nonetheless, I will await to see what those versions of the bill are. Ang galing naman ng intel mo, ma'am. Ako, wala pa akong narinig eh. Baka may kopya ka ng SONA.
Thank you po.
Thank you guys. Have a good day.
Yun ba yun? Yun ba yung sa uli? Yun ba yung kay Eden? Yun ba yung kay Eden? Yung ang galing naman, baka may kopya siya ng SONA? Ah, yun yun! Ah. Baka may kopya siya ng SONA. Kasi nung sa SONA, yun ang sinabi eh. Oo, saan mo yun narinig?
Anything, reduction of personal income tax?
Yan, naka-reach siya ng ano, house.
Saan mo yun narinig?
DOF, sir, and Kong Miro Pino.
I haven't heard anything, but reduction of personal income tax?
Yeah, cabinet rin.
Well, I think given the economic climate we live in, it would be the prudent thing to do, but we have to seek the guidance and the wisdom of the DOF and the other economic managers as to whether or not that's actually economically feasible. Nonetheless, I will await to see what those versions.
Parang hindi si Eden to. Hindi niya boses eh. Teka, wait ah. Parang hindi si Eden to.
I think given the... Saan mo yun narinig?
DOF, sir, and Kong Miro Pino.
I haven't heard
Eden,
anything.
parang hindi si Eden yan. Parang hindi si Eden kasi matalino yung tanong eh. Matalino yung tanong guys eh. Parang hindi si Eden. Oh, sorry. Boses Bugris ba? Parang hindi eh. Parang hindi si Eden. Very distinct yung boses ni Eden eh. Oh, parang hindi si Eden yan. Pero mga kababayan, ang galing niya kung saan niya nakuha yung info, yung intel. Kasi yung sinabi niyang yun na reduction of personal income tax, yun na yun ang sinabi sa SONA kanina. Yun na yun. Di ba sabi, babawasan daw ang income tax, nagpo-propose si PBBM, humingi siya ng tulong na ibaba ang income tax from to 350k a month. Oo. Ang laki nun ha, by the way. Ang laki nun. Alam nyo mga kababayan, ako natuwa ako doon personally kasi ang laki nung 350k guys. That's almost 30,000 a month. 29,000 something. So kung kung maipapasok yan sa Create, malamang sa Create yan eh. Tama yun eh. Ang laki ng 350k a year pala. Sorry. Tama, Pichi Greeny. 350k a year. That's around 29,000 a month. Ang laking tulong nun. Imagine kapag sumasahod ka ng 30,000 or 29,000. Ang laking tulong nung wala kang income tax. Personal income tax. So wala kang withholding. Hindi ka makakita ng withholding sa deductions mo. Walang withholding tax. Kasi ang laki kasi nung kinakaltas ng withholding eh. Usually kapag nung ako pa kinakaltasan pa ako ng income ng withholding tax. Ngayon annual income tax na binabayaran ko eh. Iba na ngayon. Nung kinakaltasan pa ako ng withholding tax, ang laki. Diba, nung nag-work ako, ang sahod ko mga nasa 35k a month. Syempre, wala pa nung panahon pa ni Pino yun. Wala pa yung mga ganyan-ganyan. Siguro sa 35k, ang take home ko lang mga 22k a month. Take home. Sa 35k. Kasi ang laki ng tax. 30% eh. Ang laki ng tax. Kahit head of the family ka, walang silbi eh. Kahit head of the family ka, wala siyang silbi. Wala siyang bearing. Di mo dama yung deduction. So, ang laki kasi. Pero kung ma-aprobahan yan, tapos yung income na yan will be another 10,000, 12,000 sa bulsa ng mga maggagawa natin. Okay yun. Go yan. Ang laki ng mararating ng 10 to 12,000, guys. Sa panahon ngayon. Diba? Laki nun. Laking tulong nun. No joke. So, okay yan. 30,000, tax-free ka na. Okay yan. Laking tulong yan. Kaysa magpaayuda ka. Yan yung sinasabi ko na sana tulungan ni PBBM yung middle class. 'Di ba? Kaya nga kanina nung na-mention niya sa Sona yon, sabi ko, buti naman naisip ni PBBM kaming mga middle class. Kaming mga micro businesses. Wala na kaming MCT. 'Di ba? Or babawasan ng MCT. So, I mean, ang laking tulong nun, guys. Sobrang laking tulong nun. Lalo sa middle class. Kasi ang middle class, alam nyo mga babayan, tayo yun eh. Tayo yung middle class eh. Tayo yung walang nakukuhang tulong sa gobyerno, pero tayo din na may pinakamalaking kalta sa tax. So, parang hindi mo makita yung cost benefit, di ba? Parang walang cost benefit. So, ako talaga natawa ako kanina nung na-mention, kahit yung na-mention lang ni PBBM, na nandun tayo sa isip niya kahit papano. 'Di ba? Ang laking tulong nun. Sobrang laking tulong nun. Grabe yun. Kaya natuwa ako dun eh. Sabi ni No Left, No Right, hopefully the AI aspects sa Paxilica hindi maging another AI going rogue tulad sa Meta na madaling ma-exploit ang mga trolls na daming nadidelete na accounts for wrong reasons and mass report. Well, true. That's true. Yung machine nila. Algorithm. Correct, OMUG, tayong pander ng ayuda. Tama ka dyan. Middle class ang tagabayad ng buwis. Correct. Kaya para sa akin kanina, nung narinig ko lang kay PBBM na tutulungan niya ang middle class, na ako doon eh. Parang, hindi, syempre, iniintay ko pa yung tulong, kung ano yung tulong na yun. Pero, at least yung nandun, na nasa isip ka, di ba? Kasi never natin narinig yan eh. Never natin narinig kahit kaninong presidente yan na inisip niya yung middle class. Lagi nilang iniisip, kailangan ng mga tulong na mahihirap, ng mga indigent, etc. Totoo naman, kailangan talaga naman nila ng tulong. Pero paano naman yung kinakaltasan nyo ng buwis? Kailangan din naman namin ng tulong eh. Diba? Hindi naman kami kumikita ng billion-billion a month eh. Hindi naman, wala naman kami flood control. So, I mean, diba? So, sa akin, it's a breath of fresh air na at least kahit marinig ko man lang. Pero syempre, iintayin ko pa rin kung ano yung magiging benepisyo. Lalo kami, nasa micro-business kami. So, ako may sarili akong negosyo, yung misis ko may sarili siyang negosyo. So, tapos micro-businesses pa kami. Kaya sana iniintay ko yung announcement ng DTI tungkol diyan.